But salary negotiations is the most money that you will ever make in the shortest amount of time of your whole life. You need to learn how to do this. Everybody needs to learn how to do this. 92% of recruiters who belong to SHRM, Society for Human Resources Management, expect you to negotiate. 92%. They're surprised when you don't negotiate. Now, when you don't negotiate for salary, there's certain things that happen. First, you lose the money. Okay? How much is the money? $5,000 to $8,000. Oh, what's $5,000 to $8,000 matter? That's over $1 million with a 5% raise if you save half of it. It's over $1 million. I can show you the math. Now you do something that makes you extremely uncomfortable for 5 minutes for $1 million bucks? I'm just asking. Show of hands. Who feels it? Okay, good. Good. Okay, all right, good. Okay, now there's something else that happens when you don't negotiate for salary. When you don't negotiate for salary, the recruiter thinks that they overestimated your skills. And the recruiter tells the line manager, he didn't negotiate for salary. I think we may have overhired this guy. I don't think he's up to what we thought he was up to. And that cost goes into play immediately as your line manager gives you lesser assignments and expects less of you, and then you will do less. It's an incredible, incredible cost not to negotiate for salary, especially if you come out of college. This is especially important. Now, I'm an old school feminist, so I will say some things that are sometimes controversial. I spent 2 years researching the gender-based wage gap. The gender-based wage gap is pernicious, wrong, and big. But half of it would disappear for college-educated women if they would negotiate for salary. Half of it. In one swoop. One swoop. And no one's keeping you from doing this. So we need 100% of women to always negotiate for salary. So I want to teach you some win-win language. People's fear is that if they negotiate for salary, they'll lose the offer. I will teach you language that will cause you not to lose the offer. I'm going to teach you that language. Is that okay? Can we make that deal? Okay. Now, there are certain fields that claim they don't negotiate for salary. I will tell them to you. Professional sports, iBanking, glamour industries, fashion. They say, hey, if you don't want this job, there's 5 people behind you, and we don't negotiate for salary. But even in those fields, they negotiate for salary. It's just they may not for the first job out of college. But I will teach you how to ask in a way that even then, they won't hold it against you if you ask it a certain way. So let me teach it to you right now so we kind of get that out of the way. It's so easy, okay? When you are negotiating, don't name an exact figure. Be open-ended, okay? I'm going to teach you the theories behind negotiations as well as actual verbiage. So you don't ask first. Don't say I need 3,000 more than that. That's an ultimatum. Never use ultimatums. Ultimatums only work if you're buying something one time. If you have to work with people, it never works. Okay? So if you go into a car lot and you do an ultimatum, fine, knock yourself out. But that's not how you negotiate for salary. Okay? Here's the language. It's so simple. I really had in mind more than that. What can we do? So what's going on with that language? I really had in mind more than that. What can we do? You're not saying a specific number. You're not saying you're going to walk out if you don't get anything more. And that language, what can we do? Always say we, us, our. Why? Because that puts you on the same side of the problem. You're not adversarial. It's not you versus them anymore. You're collaborating with them to solve this problem of the compensation not being where it needs to be. Now, frankly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Even if they give you so much more than you had ever dreamed, you still ask for more. Okay? I'll teach you another line. You know, I think this is a very satisfactory offer, but I do have to ask, is there any room to move these numbers? Again, you're vague, you're open-ended. Is there any room to move these numbers? I had a client who jumped from $30,000 a year to $90,000 a year in one job. In one job. Okay? If you're underpaid, you need to fix this. And I'm going to do one more thing on the feminist thing. Who knows who Lily Ledbetter is? Okay? Lily Ledbetter matters. A friend of mine, she was the best person in my MBA program. The best person. You know, if you're in a class with people, I was in a cohort program, I saw the same people for 25 months in a row. Okay? She was the best. If you worked on her team, everybody always made an A because she did all the work and she was awesome. And she called me up and she said, Don, I found out the guy at the next desk is making $140,000 and I'm making 72 and I'm better than he is. I said, quit your job. Quit your job. You're being taken advantage of. You guys, you need to find out how much other people make where you work. If they have a no-tell rule, you're the one that's being screwed. Okay? Just write that down. If they have a no-tell rule, you know, if you play poker and you look around the table and you can't figure out who the fish is, it's you. And this is the same rule. Okay, so how do you find out? You hint around. Gosh, those European sales reps dress really well. Do they just know where to shop or do they bring in the bank? You gotta ask, gently nudge around and find out how much people make. Okay, I'm not asking you to hack the computer system at HR, but I'm asking you to pay attention to money because if you pay attention to it, you can make more. When you're talking to people casually, I'll teach you some verbiage to find out. Okay, how much could a person make in an industry like that? What do you think is a common pay for that kind of thing nationwide? Those are ways to ask. Don't ask people how much do you make. Say, wow, you're an account rep in advertising on Madison Avenue, New York. Wow. What would somebody make at something like that? That's a general way of finding out salary ranges from people that normally don't want to tell you.